What's holding up your stimulus check? Here are the barriers. For months, lawmakers in Washington have been at loggerheads over a fresh round of COVID-19 relief for millions of Americans, including a stimulus check and enhanced unemployment benefits. But what exactly is impeding the talks over emergency assistance for jobless workers, small businesses and others caught up in the crushing economic crisis caused by the coronavirus? House Speaker Nancy Pelosi outlined some of the differences she sees between Democrats and Republicans in a letter on Thursday to Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin. "Your responses are critical for our negotiations to continue," Pelosi wrote. "The American people are suffering, and they want us to come to an agreement to save lives, livelihoods and the life of our American democracy as soon as possible." The delay in new stimulus funding comes as financial support from the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, or CARES, Act, passed in March as the economy cratered, is running out for many people. Unemployment aid for gig workers and freelancers will end on December 31st, while an extra $600 in weekly federal jobless support that many were receiving expired in July. Many Americans spent their $1,200 stimulus checks in the spring or summer on bills or paying down debt. About 1 in 4 adults say their family's financial situation was worse in September than at the start of March, according to recent research from the Urban Institute. That already dire situation could worsen in the coming months if another round of stimulus money isn't forthcoming, the nonpartisan think tank said. The two sides have still not reached agreement on state and local funding, testing and tracing policy, liability, tax credits, unemployment insurance, and school reopenings, Heights security analysts said in a Thursday research note. To be sure, the likelihood of a pre-election stimulus deal is all but dead after senators adjourned on Monday until November 9th. But hopes for a lame duck stimulus agreement, struck between the election and Inauguration Day on January 20th, also appear to be fading, given the issues flagged by Pelosi in her letter to Mnuchin, according to Wall Street and political analysts. The pandemic could cause a $434 billion federal budget shortfall through 2022 under the most severe scenario, which would include a resurgence in the virus and a lack of more stimulus aid, according to Moody's Analytics. Already, cash-strapped school districts are laying off teachers and workers, while some states like California are cutting pay for state workers. Democrats had sought more than $400 billion in funding for state and local governments through their updated HEROES, or Health and Economic Recovery Omnibus and Emergency Solutions Act, which House lawmakers passed on October 1st, but Republicans took issue with that aid, including President Donald Trump, who has objected to what he calls bailouts for states helmed by Democrats. In fact, both Republican and Democratic-led states are projected to suffer budget shortfalls. Ohio, which is led by Republican Governor Mike DeWine, is facing a $2.4 billion budget gap, for example.